Hey everyone, today I have 5 woodworking tips, tricks, and hacks that I'm going to share with you in rapid succession. So if you like this video, make sure to give it the thumbs up, leave a comment below with your tips, tricks, and hacks and what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it. So getting started, let's say we have a workpiece, we want to rise it up, we want to do some edge routing or a few other things. And so we may want to go to our trusted bench cookie or other seemingly expensive device to raise it up. But for me, as a Canadian, I take my government-issued hockey pucks, just joking. But really for me, you can buy a 20 pack of used hockey pucks for a couple dollars here in Canada. And what's the great thing about hockey pucks is that they're all a standard size. You can throw a few down, put your workpiece on top, and you're good to go. If you want a little bit more stability, because that will slip and slide a little bit on the rubber hockey pucks, you can actually get either just cut it yourself, just some of that easy no slip stuff, and you can just glue it onto the hockey puck, or Lee Valley here, and I think that they're like 20 or 30 cents a piece, but they have these little pieces of non-slip or these non-slip stickers that you put on there, and then your workpiece is in great shape. So whether you're sanding or doing other work to your material, really easy, cheap way to raise that up. That's not where the awesomeness of the hockey puck ends. So let's take a look at another hack, and that is curves. So whether you want to do a radius on a corner or a circle in the middle. So hockey pucks, again, being circular, you can put that up there and do that, but that would be a pretty extreme curve. But what's awesome is that you generally have a lot of other curved, rounded items in the shop. So whether it's something as simple as a dime, which I generally use quite often when it comes to corners on cutting boards. So you can just hold it there, take your pencil, and mark that radius, and then go to your sander and round that over to that mark. So dimes work well, tape, the outer inner part, again, hockey pucks, or even my router inserts. So again, just various radius or various diameters, radius, whatever you want to call it, but circle sizes, which make it really easy for, again, either the radius or if you just wanted to mark kind of just a general circle. So you may have seen a number of woodworkers put down covers on their workbench when it comes to doing finishing, gluing, sanding, that sort of thing. So it gives it a little bit of grip to the workbench as well as to the workpiece. And while going out and spending money on one of those covers would be great, what I have found is that we had this old beat up yoga mat in the basement, and it's a relatively low quality yoga mat, but it grips really well. So it grips to the workbench. You put your workpiece on there, it's not going to slide around, so it's awesome for sanding, easy to clean. I have found that glue generally just peels right off this type of material. Be careful with finishing. Sometimes it will, depending on the types of solvents, it will interact with the rubber on the yoga mat, but essentially if you have an old yoga mat in your house, it's essentially free, or you can go to a thrift store and get one for a couple bucks. But basically the lower the quality of the yoga mat, the better. So my fourth tip today has to do with clamping. And let's say that you have a 25-inch or larger piece of material that you're looking to clamp, but you only have 24-inch clamps. Well, the great thing with clamps is that you can actually clamp them together. So in this case, and this, so we can take a shorter clamp and tighten that up. And knowing that you're not generally trying to clamp with a lot of pressure, this does more than enough to hold the pieces together until the glue dries, and then you'll be all set. So one of the great things with these types of clamps is that there's a little bit of pivot on this, so you're able to allow it to basically be on a little bit of an angle and still give again, more than enough clamping force for holding together your workpiece. So there you go. All right, so here we're at the table saw, and this is for tip number 5. You don't necessarily need a table saw to do this, but this is all about measuring the flatness of a board. And one of the great things with table saws is that you generally have this really nice piece of cast iron that is perfectly flat. So what you can do is take your workpiece, and as long as it's small enough, just put it down on the cast iron and then just see if it rocks. So this piece is nowhere near flat. I know it's not flat. Has a pretty big bow. And yeah, so I can see that one's not flat. And I can take this smaller workpiece that I do know is flat, put it down, no rock or wobble whatsoever. So a very quick way to tell if your workpiece is flat, look for a piece of cast iron that you may have in your shop. If you don't have cast iron, even taking a piece of MDF and putting it onto your workbench can sometimes give you enough of a reference, or take it inside to the kitchen, put it on the countertops, which are generally very flat and very stable. And that's just an easy way to tell if your workpiece is mostly flat. So. All right, thanks for watching my 5 woodworking tips, tricks, and hacks. It's amazing, and I guess as a Canadian, not surprising how versatile a hockey puck can be. But thanks for watching. Again, make sure to give it that thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't. See you in the next video.